Khatib Camp Stories. I served my NS at Khatib Camp. My unit was very switched off because it was an education center. There are 3 persons sharing my bunk. Unfortunately, 2 of them were granted stay out. That means, every night I will be alone in the bunk. For 2 years, there were lots of things happening, like sightings outside the window, footsteps, visitors sleeping on my bunkmate's bed and other stuff. I'll tell you guys stories some other time. Right now, I'm gonna tell this particular story. One fateful night, one of my bunkmates had to stay in camp. He said he is afraid to go home because it's already late and the walk out is too eerie for him. Furthermore, he thought he saw a lady walking behind him the night before. That night, he was telling about his encounter with that lady, and he was cursing and swearing as he couldn't go home. We were also telling each ghost stories that night. When it was late, both of us fell asleep, and right before he fell asleep, he swore at the lady again. Suddenly, we heard the panes behind us crack. But when we turned around and looked, there was nothing, and went back to sleep. Moments later, my friend woke up and started laughing as loud as he could. The eerie thing is that he jumped from his bed onto the cupboard, which was about 4 meters away. On top of the cupboard, he sat on his knees and continued laughing. I got the shock of my life and ran out of the bunk. Went to my officer's bunk and called them out. My RSM who was in his bunk heard the commotion, joined us in my bunk. Looking at the situation, we realized that he was possessed. Unfortunately, the officer, young lieutenant, being a new bird, didn't know what to do and froze. That moment, my RSM who was 44 years old, an old bird, took action. He grabbed my beret, uttered some words and put it on my friend's head. He also told that thing to leave the boy's body. Miraculously, my friend immediately stopped laughing and fell off the cupboard. He came back to his senses a little while later. When asked about what my RSM did, he said that the SAF crest has been blessed by the 4 major religions in Singapore to protect its bearer, be it foreign, domestic, or the unexplained. It has its own powers. But again, the wearer must have faith in it. This was confirmed by other senior staff of the SAF.